Anyone in here? Hey guys. It's almost time for the finale episode, Teen Mom 2, Season 9. I thought I would start this a little bit early before the episode starts, just so that we can all kind of get our thoughts out with the news breaking about the kids finally being rescued from Jenelle's home and stuff. Like, that truly is like a scary, scary situation, eh? Wow, there's so many of you in here already. That's awesome. I'm painting my nails because I really don't have time to do it before I work tomorrow. It's good for the kids, good for the kids. Hey, from everywhere. Sometimes you guys tell me that you're staying up late, like in a completely different time zone, and it's just the cutest thing. So yeah, when it comes to the situation with CPS, David and Jenelle, okay, CPS can take the kids away. Someone in my DMs was upset with me. They were like, you're telling fake news, like your story is so fake. What's her face? Doris took Kaiser out of the house without permission, out of daycare without permission from Jenelle. I was like, well, CPS gave her permission to take Kaiser. And the girl was like, you need to get a life because Jenelle's the one who's supposed to give her permission. Like, use your freaking common sense, you know? Like, the whole purpose of CPS is that they save kids from neglectful and abusive parents. So in what world would CPS need the permission of a neglectful and abusive parent to save the child? Like, clearly the parent was not saving the child, and that's why CPS is even involved in the first place. Like, it's really amazing some of the people, you know, you encounter when you make online videos. 2 minutes until showtime. Are you all watching the show with me, or are you relying on the audio from my video? Let me know. I'll turn it up as loud as I can. But the thing is, I can't show the exact screen just because it can get my channel kind of shut down altogether if I show the exact screen. It'll be like a huge copyright infringement kind of blah, blah, blah situation. And we are not trying to have that because there's still a lot more stuff to freaking cover around here. Okay, you guys are relying on audio for the most part, so that's good. I'm gonna make sure. So right now on the TV, they are wrapping up the final scene of last week's episode of Teen Mom 2. So it's the scene where Chelsea is out with her dad, stepmom, Cole, the kids, and Chelsea Grace, talking about her her panic attack situation. 1 minute until showtime. Here we go. You don't have MTV. You are not missing that much. I'll tell you, this season of Teen Mom 2 was so dry. It was like Teen Mom OG level dry. So you know, you're not missing much. You're not missing much at all. Yes, drum roll indeed. And I feel like this episode is going to disappoint as usual. One thing that I want to say going into it is that it seems like MTV had already fired Jenelle before the situation with the dog came about. But then it gets like really meta when you start thinking about, okay, MTV had already fired Jenelle before the dog thing, if this is true. And David just so happened to do the dog thing right before the finale episode that announced that Jenelle was fired anyway. Like, was this all like, you know, like it just gets really, really creepy. But anyway, you guys, it's time, 9 o'clock. Let me know if that's loud enough, not loud enough, and I'll turn it up and down for you guys. Hi from Canada. I'm from Canada too. I was trying to Janelle, but when she tries. Okay, it's loud enough. I'm back. London, Ontario. What's up? Oh, it's so nice, Charity. Thank you.
On the next Teen Mom 2.
Here it is.
Slept over at the mom's house last night. So proud of you.
So what is happening with Kailyn?
She had the baby.
Kailyn's been really quiet. I haven't had an opportunity to call her petty.
That's what scares me. Last night,
I'm disappointed by
Jeremy
that.
was like, I was just going to see if you wanted to stay
Mexico,
at my house.
New
because it's closer to the
Mexico.
hospital.
Nice.
Yeah, we all know how that works out.
They would be glad to leave the show just
The
because
Scotia.
so something needs to change.
Oh, here it is.
Previously on Teen Mom 2.
Looks like no, this is not.
God, you guys just remember where this is amazing. Hi, hi, hi.
That was needs to be my team. He's a bitch.
Oh, your daddy?
The episode's kicking off.
My mommy's here. Mommy's here. She just has to gain that relationship with you. Get to know who you are and learn about you.
Me and Stella's dad have the same problem. Stella's dad and your dad have the same problem. What? Sometimes they say they're going to come and sometimes they don't.
She wants more time with you. She wants you to come around more.
I'll also be live tweeting this once my nails dry. And you can find me on Grace Report over on Twitter.
I don't understand how people wouldn't want to live. Why not? Like, wide open. Yesterday, I got a phone call from Taylor. Her husband adopted Paisley, and Adam gave up rights.
I swear to God, if we come back to this adoption storyline, I'm going to
I
cry.
do it right now.
Stop.
I don't think you should, because if you force it, then she might resent.
Oh, God, yeah.
You know.
Our house was broken into.
Our master bedroom closet was absolutely destroyed.
I want to move.
They had been talking about the break-in. Her lips were just quivering, and she couldn't, talk what she wanted to say to me. Got out to the car, and she's like, let's go to the emergency room.
I've had anxiety for as long as I can remember, so I thought I knew what an anxiety attack was. How long was that?
No, I never do the behind the scenes or checkups. I just do the reunion after the regular season.
Irregular or
I'm just crazy.
I know, I wish I could do 360, but it would be a
to say? I got something news to tell you. What? You're pregnant.
copyright violation.
I'm going to a meeting
What's
with
taking
Joe
so
B
long?
on child support.
I feel like I do need some help.
I don't know. I don't feel comfortable taking her money. I guess I just don't want to.
How did it go?
I was like, I'll pay you the money that you were paying in child support for the year. What else could you possibly need? I'm building a house.
This is the
It was on hold
longest
for a minute
freaking
because
recap
I wasn't sure
ever.
how
It's
much
like
I
30
was paying
minutes
child
in.
support. So it ended up working out. I'm going to show you where we're going to build the house. It's empty land. When we move into this house, hopefully this is our forever home. Hopefully we never have to move again.
Hopefully soon, man.
When do you get to the point to where you say,
I forgot about this guy,
So
Jason.
how long are you in Southland?
no, it
Do you want to try to get her every weekend? You guys love Jason, right? I like him as a friend, but I don't like him. Jason and I broke up. It just wasn't right. I should have married. I've already did that.
5 minutes in, still recapping. What the F?
So why'd you leave it alone?
This is crazy.
As I was crying, looked at me and said, she said I got abandoned her sissies.
And Addie said, you really broke my daddy's heart. He loved you. I was like, what?
David texted me, if you continue him with Ensley, I'll come there and ruin the whole shoot.
Oh, I think Jenelle just shut up with David. Everybody, we gotta go through.
This show just keeps giving me a bad rap, so I want some respect, dude.
She doesn't
I want
want to
some
film
respect,
anymore
baby.
because every time she makes a commitment to film, David starts a fight with her.
I'll do with David.
He just doesn't want me going out of town to film.
I don't think it's
Is this
fair in a
normal?
sense because you're the one that now has to go out of your way to film, and you can't be comfortable in your home, and that's what I keep telling them.
Oh, finally! Holy, I'm not under my hair. Okay, let's go. Leah.
Last night was really rough. Addie's throat mysteriously swelled up, and she was in a lot of pain. Worse today, so I took her to urgent care this morning, and they gave her antibiotics. But Jeremy was to take her to the ER, and he's on his way home now so we can go together.
What's going on?
So, last night, Addie was like, Mommy, my throat's hurting, and I looked at her throat, it was just swollen. I told Jeremy, I was like, I'll just take her to urgent care in the morning.
Right.
Well, this morning she woke up and almost her whole throat, it was all swollen. I was like, well, I'll just take her.
She's so casual about her daughter's swollen
They
throat.
did a strep swab, and everything was normal. She hasn't ran a fever. Just her glands are swollen. I called Jeremy. I told Jeremy, and he was like, I'm on my way home. We're going to take her to the ER.
So Jeremy's like 3 hours away, right?
Good for Jeremy.
So he's going to drive all the way down here?
Yes. Like, I was shocked. He's like, no, I'm coming home right now. I was like, okay. In Jeremy's family, there's like a history of more severe things. I don't want to speak anything into existence because it could just, maybe it's just like a bacterial infection in her glands or something. I don't know.
You're going to go to Jeremy's house?
I'm going to go to Jeremy's house, meet him, and then go to the ER.
How's the patient doing right now?
She's fine. Honestly, that's what scares me more. The only thing that hurts is to swallow. With no stress. And you can see it. All of this is supposed to be in. Like, all of this right here is supposed to be in.
All of this is supposed to be in.
I really have to go.
It's a wonderful vocabulary.
Good luck.
And you shut the door so we can go.
She did end up being quite sick. I remember this. This is a really recent shoot. She did end up being quite sick. So it was great that Jeremy insisted.
We're taking family photos tomorrow,
On
and
the
I invited Devon and Lewis. And today Devon's watching Nova alone at his place for the very first time. It's a positive step for us, but I'm still a little nervous. Let's go take me to your dad's house. And then I'm gonna
Nova does not have a car seat, by the way. Not even a booster.
Okay. And then tomorrow in the morning, we're going to take pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to your dad about the photo shoot. Tell him what he has to wear. Tell him that you want to take pictures with him and he needs to be there, so he better not flake. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be okay?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. I think it'll be a fun time. You call me if you need anything, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Here comes Devon with some kind of animal. A chihuahua. Is it a chihuahua mixed with...
What up, Sean?
And how's your mom? Are you going to drop Rob?
Yes.
Okay.
I wish I remembered the name for this dog.
Call me if you need me.
It's brown, white, has the spots and stuff, you know what I mean? And the blue eyes typically, mixed with a chihuahua.
White shirt and blue jeans. I have to? Says who?
Hey, Mom.
She's the boss?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right.
Stella. Jump stop. I keep calling her Stella. Would you like Stella?
Oh.
You're both crazy.
Oh, yeah. In that sense, you are right.
Devon's got Gucci socks, Gucci slides,
Results back from my heart monitor, and there was nothing wrong.
and he can
But
barely
I've
pay
still
child
been
support.
feeling a little anxious since my panic attack. Tonight's the father-daughter dance, and I'm excited for Cole and Aubrey, but my dad's gonna stay with me so I don't have to be alone while they're gone.
Heaven forbid you're alone in your
Oh,
house.
you do? Do you want to wear them?
Yes. And, there's something else I might grab downstairs.
What?
Nothing. It's a surprise.
What is it?
Nothing.
Don't put a bra on under this.
Why?
Because then you'll be able to
Who
see
did
the
Aubrey
straps.
want to surprise with a bra?
I always know what you're talking about. Because I'm your mom, so get used to it. She's coming.
What are you talking about? It's a surprise.
Jeez, look at how beautiful you are, honey.
Ooh, aren't you beautiful?
Picture.
They're so cute. I really like this tradition that Paul stepped in.
She needs to go to sleep. Hey guys, have fun.
I love doing
Aubrey and her
this.
giant bows.
This is my style.
I know, this is like your thing. All right, love you both.
Love you both. Bye.
I feel like Cole really likes it. So I think they
It's the
both.
third one, isn't it?
I think it's the fourth. Cheese. Cheesy potatoes. A real style, Aubrey.
Yeah, that's fun.
So cute.
Wait, I was glad when you said you were coming here because I don't like being here alone, especially at night.
I don't know how you get over that.
I hate it. I'm not good with this stuff in general. Like I get like flashes in my brain of like worst possible scenario. Like this is gonna sound super dramatic, but that's just my brain. But like sometimes when I'm
I think
doing
it's a
something,
normal
I'll
way to
plan in
think.
my head of what I would do
You should think that
if
way.
I saw someone coming.
That's not a bad thing.
Especially when you have kids.
I'm like, okay, I'd have to grab both babies whenever I'm downstairs, or would I try to leave? I think about this. I don't like that. I shouldn't have to feel like that in my own home.
No, you shouldn't have to.
My heart came back in there fine right away.
I really want to look in some kind of anxiety medication. I just hate the feeling.
I don't know if you get over that. If you do, it takes a long time.
So that's it for the first little part. Oops. Now it's a commercial for Teen Mom OG. Let's see what happens. For 10 years, you've watched their triumph.
When I was in prison, I learned how to trust myself.
And their struggles.
She's kind of gone now. We're just off to our life.
On Monday, June 10th, is the new season.
This is going to come out now. I'm sick and tired of every season being depressed. The anger that's still there. It's not about me, it's about them. Corey still doesn't understand that our child has a rare disease and she could go in the shower.
Celebrate 10 years of love, 10 years of strength, hope, family, because this is the season. There's no Bristol in this.
I'm just glad you're the one that had my babies.
The damn high babies.
Okay, so new season Teen Mom OG, Monday, June 10th is when it airs. All right, you guys, what did you think so far of the first little bit of Teen Mom 2 here? What did we see? So Addie had swollen glands. I thought it was really weird that Leah was like, oh, like, Addie woke me up in the middle of the night. I looked at her throat. It was so freaking swollen. So I told her to go back to sleep. We'll check it out in the morning. I'm like, I mean, she needs that to breathe. Like, you don't want to rush to the hospital? Are you sure about that? And it was actually Jeremy who drove 3 hours just to take her and Leah to the emergency. I thought that was a really odd reaction. And yes, Bristol quit. She said that she felt like the show was misrepresenting her and she had to, I don't know. She decided to quit for that reason. Logging into Chelsea wants some Valium. My God. They will be 40 and still trying to figure out how birth control works. Ain't that the truth, Ruth? Hey guys, so I wonder why it is more fun and interesting. So nice, you guys. Yeah, guys, there's not really that much. Like, Devon got like this little dog mix. I'm trying to figure out the name of it. I should look it up actually since I've got my iPad out. But like, it's a Chihuahua mixed with those huge dogs where they're typically, this is going to be like a guessing game. It's white on the tummy, golden on the paws, and then the fur on top is black with the spots. And then the eyes are typically blue. Can someone help me know what that is? I really cannot figure it out. But so far for this being like the finale episode, I'm pretty freaking disappointed. I honestly don't know if we'll even see Jenelle until they eventually fire her. Terrier, piebald. I don't think it's terrier. No, it's not a beagle. Let me figure this out. Siberian Chihuahua. That sounds like it could be it. Chihuahua. No, it's so close. So close. No, that's not it. But yeah, I will figure it out in time for doing the recap, and then I'll let you guys know about it. But yeah, so far there's nothing really to say. Jenelle, I told you guys, she released a statement about everything going on with CPS, and she doesn't really seem to be worried about her kids at all. This is why I have such a difficult time with doing stories about Jenelle. Because on the one hand, like, it's so freaking, I don't know. She's complicated. But we're back already with Betty Betty. Whoever said Great Bernice is close, but add
like this,
freckles on top.
This and then down and then cut that.
Yep.
Come here, Lexi.
Isaac's getting his white boy haircut.
You want braids? I think they filmed Isaac's first haircut. Yeah, when he was 2. He's never had a haircut before. Oh my god, Joey.
So young.
I had this job since I was pregnant with you. That's how I got this job.
How meta. Isaac's trying to understand how long she's been on this show.
This morning. She's in labor now, and I'm waiting for the news. I can't believe my sister's having a baby.
When was the last time you talked to her?
I asked her how she was feeling and stuff like a couple days ago, just to check up on her and see how, she was getting any sleep, and she said no. Oh my God, she had the baby. 8 pounds, 1 ounces. I'll send a better pic later. I'm not posting anything yet. She's tired, but she's doing okay. This is little baby Blakely. She's big.
Oh, she got them cheeks.
She's big.
Are you gonna talk to the boys about it?
No.
Not like at all.
Sir, I need you to calm down. They don't really know who she is.
You kind of made a bit of a casual.
She's not gonna tell her son that her sister had a baby.
Right?
Yeah, but it's just one of those
she wants to
things
be close to her sister.
Really, remember or
that makes sense.
On, and so I just kind of feel like it would be pointless for me to do right now. I just don't want to introduce them to somebody if they're not a constant.
I know you want to go down there in a couple months and meet the baby and spend a little time with her. Do you think her having a baby will maybe up the ante a little bit in terms of your relationship?
I mean, she might ask me
she doesn't
for
want this
advice or stuff like that, but I think if anything would make it harder because we will have busier schedules.
Right.
Maybe she'll bring Blakely to Lex's birthday party. There you go. You're so
Kail used
weird.
this sister of hers for a storyline. She does not care. She's like, I don't want the kids around someone if they're not a constant. Meanwhile, she's telling these kids she might marry Lux's dad, who doesn't acknowledge her. Come on.
Go meet Daddy. Daddy's coming home.
Come on.
And we are gonna go to the ER, okay? Hello? Hey, we're about to pull into your house.
Alright. Well, I'm sitting here checking the mailbox.
Daddy, did your boss let you leave?
Yeah, baby, my boss let me leave. But, alright.
Feel bad that you had to travel all the way here from work, but I guess it's better safe than sorry. And I know I get why you're worried.
Is that what you see me?
I gotta tweet that. I forgot to tweet that.
I'm kind of wanting to the exam room.
They gave her Sefner. That was the name of it.
I don't know. She's hot. She's around.
She's not showing any signs of an infection. Well, I knew you would be freaking out. Zipping her lip now. Yeah, I didn't sleep at all. When she showed me that last night, I tossed and turned. She laid right on top of me.
I'm done.
How'd you die last night, Dad?
I didn't die, baby. It's just a saying.
How'd you die? Addie asked Jeremy to tell her how he died because she doesn't get the figure of speech.
Addie's still in the ER with Jeremy while the doctors run some tests. But I'm supposed to get the twins later today, and I might still be here. So I need to find someone to pick them up.
Now, I just wanted to ask you, I had to take Addie to the ER. Can you go and pick up the twins for me?
Yes, I can.
All right. Well, I love you. I'll talk to you later. All right, bye.
So what's happened so far? They called you back into the ER.
They just drew blood when I left.
Wow.
So we're waiting for blood work to come back. See if something's going on with white blood cells, all that kind of stuff. I just want to think positive. That's the only thing, you know what I mean? I just want to think positive.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put my brave face on. I don't want her to feel anything. I don't want her to pick up on any kind of energy. I'm scared. I'm terrified after that. I talked to the
That's
doctor.
sad.
Because of the unknown or because of the possibility?
Because of the unknown and the possibility that there's no signs of anything else but swollen lymph nodes. And he's worried. The doctor's worried.
Oh my
Jeez. Okay, can we go back to the situation with Kail and her sister? First, it was all, oh, I really want to be in my sister's life. I want like my kids to get to know her. Now all of a sudden, she's like, I don't want to tell my sons that my sister just had a baby. I don't want to tell my sons about anyone if they're not going to be a constant. Like, what? Yes. Like a couple episodes ago, she was telling her kids, oh, maybe I'll marry the baby's dad because, what was his name? Lincoln thought that people could only get married once. She's like, no, I've been married and I might get married again. Maybe I'll marry the baby's dad. So it's just really, really shocking how all of a sudden she's really flippant about the fact that she's not, interested in seeing her sister's baby. What the heck? That was so... April's comment right here, I have to approve it, but it's so funny. She's like, that chick was like, and scene. That really is how she treated her. She's like, okay, I'm done with you. I got a few trips out of this situation. Like, this is the season finale. I do not need you anymore. And it is sad, sad, sad. My God. Oh, wow. There's a thought. Maybe her sister's the one who didn't want her around. You never know. You never know. Yeah, Beth, she used to be great. She used to actually be one of my favorites, but it was very short-lived because I adored her up until the whole situation with dating Jordan behind Joe's family's back and then being upset with them for obviously being upset with her for going behind their back. And then she would cheat on Jordan and blame Jordan for cheating. Like, she's been on a downward spiral ever since. And I think she's pretty irredeemable. She's been irredeemable, like, for a long, long ass time. And then who did we see? Also, something really serious is going on with Addie. I know that she is fine now. Like, this did recently play out in the press, but I forget what it was. So it's going to be interesting to see what the situation is there. Leah said that something to do with the throats or whatever runs in Jeremy's family, and that's why he was so adamant about taking her to the hospital. So I'm interested in knowing what the deal is there, especially, she's already got Allie, who's chronically ill. So is this something that, is very, very serious beyond just a doctor's visit and some antibiotics? Like, that's really worrying, but it's back. It's back. David continued to text producers that he would show up at shoots and force production to shut down. Therefore, MTV crews are still not able to film Jenelle in North Carolina. She's traveling from Florida today. With that random chick. Who is this chick? Where'd she find it?
That was fun. I enjoyed it. Yeah. I mean, it was. I wish we had more time.
So do you think you're going to do filming now? Like, do you think that since David can't be around the cameras and stuff, do you think you're just going to do more trips or?
No, I'm going to have to talk to MTV about what the future's going to hold. Like, I don't know if David needs to make him feel comfortable. I don't know if they will accept his apology, if he did apologize.
Apology?
I don't know.
David feels he needs to defend himself, and it upsets him. And I can understand.
Oh my God,
but at the same time, it's like, shut up. To David, like, shut up.
Yeah.
It's like, you can express your feelings, but express them to me. Don't text.
Exactly. Bite your tongue.
He knows how
He
knows how I feel about that.
Good for Jenelle.
It's going to cause fights with your marriage every
Damn.
day. I mean, you can't.
She just said David needs to shut up.
You love your job, so it's a really hard situation for you.
Yeah. I mean, they see how much trouble it is right now. I mean, that's just how it's going to continue to be. So something needs to change.
Man.
Because you would hate to have to leave the show just because of filming arrangements. Because, I mean, you would
because at some points, we can keep arguing about it, and then either I'm going to give up or they're going to give up. Yeah, that's how it's going to end up if we don't figure something out.
Because you can't
I can't believe she's not pissed about that.
Husband and,
exactly.
And you're being torn in two.
Yeah.
You can only take so much before you're just throw the towel.
Yeah.
So she knew something was coming up, but she's so casual about it, even though she
asked if she could stay over at
said
Devon's.
David needs to shut
I've
up.
never slept over there before, so I was pretty shocked. But I wanted to give Devon a chance.
No, for real, where's Nova?
Nova slept over at Devon's house last night. So I FaceTimed him, and she picked up, and she looked like she didn't want to leave. She was comfortable. She was laying down.
She was chilling.
She was chilling. So I'm like, hey, you have to start going home. And she was like, no, I want to stay.
What did he say? She's fine.
He said, she's fine here. I was like, she has to be back early in the morning because I have to do her hair. She was like, okay, that's fine. I was at work, and I'm just like, oh my God, what the going on? I called John. I'm like, oh my God, what the am I gonna do? John was like, wow, that's so surprising.
Nova loves her dad, man. She really does. So.
You call your boyfriend of a couple months to talk about your daughter sleeping over at her dad's.
Wow, I can't believe it happened.
I don't know.
It's amazing.
Definitely a big deal, I think, for all of us, especially her, you know?
I think it shocked him that you say yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think he expected that.
No, I was like, no, I'm picking you up. I'm leaving work right now. She's like, no, I want to stay.
I think the fact that it was so spontaneous didn't give no one, not even him, her, or us, the time
Which is
to
a good
really
thing.
think about it.
Which is a good
so
thing.
It worked out.
It's a good thing because I feel like if it was planned, she would second guess it. She would second guess it, like, no.
It'll happen when the time is right. And look, it was last night.
I know. He waited 7 years for this.
It wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. He's ready now.
Yeah. He still has a lot to go, but
I agree. But
his main steps.
From where he was last year, January, December, to where he's at now is a huge difference. It's a milestone for him, and he did it on his own.
I'm happy for Nova at the end of the day.
Here comes Nova.
Oh, you miss it,
How was the sleepover?
How was it? Good.
Come here, Nova.
This is the finale episode, you guys. A full scene talking about the fact that her child slept over at her father's house. Okay. Man. I can't. That's it. Commercial. I'm telling you guys, you're not missing anything if you don't have cable. You are not missing anything. Nova is so precious. She is. What happened just before that? Oh, Jenelle was in the car with her friend talking about how the bargaining between herself and production was not going well, and David kept texting them and threatening them. I don't know how you could be so passive about the one job you'll ever have in your life that pays you this much money being on the line, especially with the criminal record that she has, the lack of savings, the amount of money she's going to be paying on lawyers' fees. And she's just so cool. Like, it's crazy. And thank you, Fancy Feathers. When will Teen Mom OG be back? They did a commercial. It was Monday, I think June 9th. Can someone help me out? It ends with a 9 or something like that. Let me pull up a calendar. Where's June? So Monday, June 10th, sorry, is when it comes back. Teen Mom OG. And Bristol's not going to be on it, or maybe she'll be on the first little bit, but not the rest. But it's not going to be that serious with her. New Zealand, hello. The home is sinking. It is literally and figuratively as well. Yeah, good thing Jenelle went to medical school because, you know, her doctorate degree and her degree in CPR is going to help her a lot with the bills, I guess. Hello. Thank you, Mike. Chelsea seems very overwhelmed, not judging, but maybe too many kids now. I can't imagine having that many young ones. And speaking of Chelsea, here she is.
There's nothing wrong with my heart, but my anxiety is still a problem. So I talked to my family doctor about medication.
Hello.
Hi.
She's on the phone with Brandy.
Just left.
Well, you just left.
The little kids had a doctor appointment. They were great, no concerns. But I had talked to her before about what was going on with me. And so we just talked about it a little bit. I told her, like, I need medication, I think, or I know. I need something.
You need what?
Medication.
Yeah.
There's like nothing you can take.
No anxiety
When you're
meds?
nursing. When you're nursing.
Oh, when you're nursing.
Besides, okay, there's certain kind
Common
of
sense.
antidepressants, and I've been on them before, and they make me gain weight, and I don't want to get, and each time I've ever tried them, I gain like a significant amount of weight, so I don't want to get on those, because if you want me to have anxiety, make me gain weight. I don't know what to do. She gave me a couple options to look into. She said she's gonna research some more to see what's safe or whatever.
Yeah, I wonder if just about some sort of, like holistic, like.
She doesn't want to gain weight.
Or meditation or things like that, you know?
I didn't know she was ever on
I know, but
antidepressants.
it's so severe. I feel like that's not gonna help me.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I feel sad for her. I really feel for her. Like, that's rough. I wonder why she won't consider therapy, though.
But it'll be a few days before we get her test results.
Even yoga,
So I'm
honestly.
trying to be positive.
Anything.
I look terrible.
You look rough.
Oh my god, stop. I'm so freaking tired. I slept in this makeup. Woke up and took our kid to the doctor. You're making the doctors laugh back there.
Go figure.
She's flirting with Jeremy.
What they
Those
say?
eyes. You're making
She's
the
a talkative
doctor.
6-year-old or
Very sociable station.
yeah, very sociable 6-year-old. Either way, we need to go back to the pediatrician and her lymph nodes need checked. Everything needs checked. They put her on antibiotics for 2 weeks.
It's a lot of antibiotics.
Yeah. And we would basically go from there.
They're smiling with the bangs in the hospital bathroom. I'm on to these hoes.
We can't say
Something
the word.
happened.
I can't lymphnitis.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's where her lymph nodes are swollen.
I'm calling it now.
The antibiotic might not be good, but you gotta be tough and take it.
Yes, you have to take this antibiotic. Because we need that swelling to go down.
Oh my God. Your travel skills have not changed. Yeah.
I'm talking to you guys.
You drive like a grandma.
Yeah, mommy does.
That's right, tell him.
Mommy just runs over stuff in the road.
Daddy does too. Yeah.
These two are flirting hardcore. He just took off his hat and everything.
Yeah.
Daddy was worried about
Check out his little bangs. Oh my god.
Nobody is supposed to know about this.
What are we? Halfway through, you guys. 9:30. Give Chelsea some edibles. Is that legal where she's at in South, where is she? South Dakota? Someone says Leah looks high in that driving scene. Ooh, child. Chelsea might have postpartum depression or anxiety. I wonder. And like the fact that she wants to throw another little kid another new baby, I should say, into the mix so soon and have 3 tiny kids running around just seems really not wise. I think that's just going to send her through the roof. She already has a hard time as an adult being in her home alone to where she has to ask her dad to come over or spend the days at her mom's house. She's never been anywhere alone with her 2 kids that she currently has, not even like grocery shopping, I don't think, she said. And now she wants to potentially add a 3rd one and still keep up with all of Aubrey's activities and stuff. It really sounds like a recipe for a massive breakdown. You know, she'll be nursing that one too, I would assume, if we're following her pattern here. So she still wouldn't be able to have access to medication to help her. So in my opinion, I don't know why she doesn't embrace therapy, yoga, something. I don't know. Could she do CBD? Would that help? Like, because the amount of anxiety she says she's dealing with sounds like an absolute nightmare. An absolute nightmare. And she does need to do something about it, you know, because that is not healthy at all. That's not sustainable for the long term, you know. Or if she's not going to do anything, take a break. Allow her 2 kids that she has now to grow up a little bit more before she throws another one into the mix. Someone says CBD oil would help and is legal. I hope she could do something like that. But she's nursing, so maybe, I don't know how long this stuff stays in your system. It's sad. I feel sad for her. I just wish that she was more open to different options to help herself, because that's not easy. Oh, back already. But it froze. MTV Live. This is weird. They're playing a Red Hot Chili Pepper concert right now. Maybe it's a commercial for it. Okay, we're back with Kale.
Can you close your mouth for me? I am. Why are you drooling?
Look, just check your cheeks.
Don't do it. It's
Dinner's going real well tonight.
So cute.
I'm done.
I'll sit at the table until everybody's done.
I'm done. Yeah, we're gonna act like rich people and wait.
Waiting at the table for people to finish eating is for rich people. Isaac Rivera.
Doing well, and I'm glad we were able to reconnect. But I'm even more excited to focus on my own family and move forward with my voice.
Did you hear that?
So what are you doing?
I just sit outside, enjoy the sun. Shut up, Nash. When are you guys breaking ground?
April.
So how much do the boys actually know about Nash?
Like, I've talked about it to the kids, but they I don't think they realize that it's happening. I feel like it's necessary for me to build a house because I bought this house with Hobby, so it's time for me to.
Yeah, I love that house, but I feel like
we outgrew it really quick.
You were always down to build a house. You've gone through so many houses that you haven't been able to.
The audio on this is terrible. My ears are bleeding.
You weren't making your decision. So that'll be nice.
I won't have to that'll be my house, nobody else. My house.
You've always had memories of other people, so now you'll be able to kind of start fresh.
Yeah, this one I bought with Hobby. I mean, obviously it's mine and I paid for it, and now it's only in my name. But the fact that I bought it with him, the last house we lived in, bought with him.
You have all the best of memories in that house.
No, actually, there's nothing but horrible memories in this house.
We're getting divorced, period. Point blank.
No one is trying to salvage
So
the marriage.
what are we here for? We're here to talk about Lincoln? We're here to co-parent?
Yes or no?
So racist.
First didn't come to my last ultrasound, and I haven't talked to him since.
So it'll be nice to kind of start with a clean slate.
Yeah.
That'll be dope. So cheer it up.
I'll try not to.
We're getting ready for the family pictures, and we're still not sure if Louis is coming. Nova's dad will be there, so I wish Stella would have that too.
Look how beautiful. Let me see you.
I hope they keep her hair curly for the family pictures.
Amazing. You're beautiful.
Yes. A lot of times parents with kids with curly hair, they'll be like, I'll straighten your hair for special occasions. And then they get this thing in their head where curly hair is not acceptable. So I'm glad they kept it curly.
Devon said he's going to meet us at the studio.
Hey, heads up. I just texted Louis
Uh-huh.
to let him know that we're on our way.
Yes.
I said that I know that he's working, but I hope that he can still make it.
All right, let's get out of here. You look cute, Mom.
I still got a little swag. Don't underestimate my fashion sense. Come on, Styles. Let's go by.
Oh, it's hot.
Roxanne's all ready for Devon with her outfit. It looks like they keep a key by the potted plant by the door, and they showed it on camera. I swear it looked like it.
The fact that she spent the night, you actually experienced it, you know?
I'll always remember that.
I hope that Louis comes. Trying to explain to him the importance of the photo, you know? It's a good memory to have. When you look back on it, you could always remember, wow, it was a tough time, but I overcame it. Why it's important for me to have this with her is that everybody that's going to be in those photos are there to represent support, love, and affection for the two girls.
Are we supposed to do dragging out?
Yeah, I would like to.
Before he changed his
Hands off the table.
Do you guys think Louis is actually going to show up for the family photos? I have a sinking feeling that he won't, which is really, really sad for Stella. And especially with him throwing it in Briana's face the previous episode that if she files for child support, then he's going to go and try to get 50-50. First of all, like the law over there in Florida and Orlando, wherever they are, that's the situation is extremely unfair. And not only that, but extremely dangerous to children. You know, that you're going to just throw them to the wolf with this random man who the mom had to hunt down for child support and say he gets automatic 50-50 without anything being considered. Like, that is really crappy. I feel like that law, that regulation, whatever, is fundamentally anti-children. Like, it's really, really scary how that plays out. Louis doesn't get it. Yep. Yes, Nova wants straight hair because she is one of the only kids of color in her school and in her area. So of course, and a lot of, her classmates have straight hair. I think they said like pretty much all of her classmates had straight hair or like a little bit of a wave to it. So she feels very, very different, especially with her being a lot darker than her classmates as well. So I think what Briana's family has been doing about letting her play around with straight hair, but also maintaining her curly hair is super duper important. Oh, there's a new Team Mom Australia. Wow. I had not heard about that. Did I grow up with lots of kids of color? Not in my formative years. I was born in Kenya, so of course I was around all kids of color in Africa. But then when I moved to Canada, there were a lot of kids of color in the first city I lived in. I lived downtown Ottawa, and then we moved to like the backwards, where in the whole town, the population was like 30,000 or something like that. One traffic light, and three families of color. We were the Black family. There was an Asian and Native American family mix, Chinese and Native American family, Native Canadian, sorry. And there was also an Iranian family as well. So no, not really, not at all. And we all so happen to be like in the same age range. So like, one of the Chinese and Native Canadians and the Iranian girl were in my grade. So no, not at all. So it took a lot of time to get into curly hair. I think I was always also the same too, with straight and all of that. It is a small town, Rockland, like way out. You guys are so nice. It's so nice hanging out with you guys. I should do this for Team Emoji. Maybe. I just have to get my stuff around my house scheduled a little bit better. And it does, yeah. Straightening your hair too often does mess with your curl pattern, and you really don't want to do that. Another commercial for Teen Mom OG. They're really, really hammering in on the fact that the reason we watch this is not because it's entertaining, because it's not, but because we've invested like 10 years of our lives into it. Are you guys disappointed that they're not going to replace Bristol? I kind of wish that they did replace her with someone else again, because it's kind of like you had two girls because you felt like you needed this amount of people, and now all of a sudden you don't feel that way just because one dropped out. Anyway, we're back with Chelsea.
Earlier today, I still have to research different medications for anxiety, and it's kind of stressing me out.
Chelsea Grace's hair just drives me nuts. It's really upsetting.
And they're good, but while I was there, I talked to my doctor about my issues and like talked about medication and stuff I can get on. She said that there's like one that I can try that's for anxiety, but they don't have a lot of info on it for breastfeeding. I have to pump and dump if I took that though.
Oh, really?
She said she really doesn't think it's anything serious. She said the attacks that I had were panic attacks. She said everything else is severe anxiety. She's like, because the panic attacks, those come out of nowhere. She's like, because sometimes I'll get attacks when I'm like Googling brain tumors. So.
Yeah. Why are you Googling brain tumors,
and
girl?
then and she's like, that's anxiety. You're having some anxiety and anxiety attacks. She's like, the panic attacks are the ones that literally come out of nowhere.
It's just weird that you had one when you were having like a good time.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. So I told her, I'm like, I can't do anything. I can't go anywhere. I can't even drive. Without feeling like this. I feel out of control. I feel like I don't have control over myself. And that's what scares me.
Man. Look at Nova. She could be a serious model. Like, she's so beautiful. With Stella. Star, and Star. So cute. Oh my god, I can't. These kids are adorable.
You're ill.
Devon is here. He rocked an afro for this. Which is good for Nova.
I love it. Oh my god, I love it. Look at that.
Cute.
This looks like an ad. Look at that.
They're so cute. You guys, I'm going to post a lot of these photos in my recap. They are beautiful family.
We can do some adults.
Okay, there she goes.
Lewis isn't here.
I got you. No, you can't put yourself on the floor.
Stella in the background having a tantrum and Nova having a great time.
So stinking cute. I'm dying. Nova is funny. Nova's effing funny. Roxanne is texting Lewis, like, come on, we're still here. Come on, come see your daughter.
Just text him, but he didn't like that.
He doesn't respond. This is a 30-year-old. What a loser.
I wish he would have made a sacrifice.
What a loser. If you ever walk by Lewis and you don't throw an egg at his face, you don't care. Like, God. That's so disgusting. They're all going to be
my tantrum, but my problems out for today had to do with the Lewis, the tantrums, the tears.
I think Nova had a great time.
I think the best part was her and her dad. Yeah, like that.
They take great photos together.
His dad's cool, but he came and you guys conquered.
And you had your first sleepover, girl. Pop the champagne.
Lewis can get on board.
I think we just have to keep trying.
I'm not trying with Lewis. I'm done. I'm gonna go.
I don't think that they should be having this conversation about Lewis being a deadbeat.
See what my rights are.
In front of Nova. I think she's going to go and file for child support again against him and argue against the 50-50. Which I hope she does. I think
we
yes.
need to be together.
Oh yeah, our writer's beautiful too. Lewis is a walking disappointment. He really is. Girl, yes, he walked in. Man. Yeah, they absolutely need to stop having that conversation because, like, they're not talking about Nova's dad, but that still doesn't make it okay to talk about a dad being a deadbeat in front of Nova, because then that's like this thing that'll shape her relationship with Stella as she grows older. It's just awkward. It's really, really awkward. Should not be his dad. Yeah, I think he should just sign away his rights at this point. Like, he doesn't even really have that much money to pay reasonable child support, so they're not going to be losing out on much. And like, the money versus the amount of pain that he's going to bring to Stella, I would pick lessening her pain over the like $100 a month, if even that Lewis can contribute. What do you think about the whole James Charles tea? I am glad to see him being aired out in public, because the stuff he was doing was just disgusting. But I'm also disappointed that Tati only started to speak out about it when it was affecting her business. It's like, you mean to tell me you knew that this guy was allegedly a predator for all this time, and you kept putting opportunities in front of him to grow his status to be an even bigger predator, and it didn't bother you to speak out about it until he didn't advertise your product? A little shady. And on top of that, why did you even want someone like James Charles advertising your product if he is this predator you say he is, and if he is so inappropriate in front of your family and friends that you have to call them and apologize? Like, I think people need to examine her a little bit as well. You guys, we're only a couple minutes until the end of this, and it's not juicy at all. And not only that, Jenelle has only appeared once, which was in that scene when she was talking about potentially losing the job. So I guess, is this a 2-hour special? Is this a 2-hour special? I don't know. I have bootleg TV. I pay like $15 a month for my bootleg television, so I can't tell. But yeah, there's 7 minutes left in this. If this is a regular 1-hour thing, and nothing has happened, and we saw Jenelle once. I guess the final scene will be the producer potentially firing her. I don't know. Nothing happened in caps locks, cat. Legit. No, it's not. This really is like the worst finale. Okay, so if it's an hour, so we've got 6 more minutes. Oh, here we go.
Protecting yourself. Go to it'syoursexlife.com.
We're back. Addie again.
Last night, the girls and I stayed at Jeremy's so we could be closer to the hospital. I'm really glad that Jeremy and I are on good terms and can be there for Addie.
Be there for Addie.
Hi.
Hey, what are you doing?
I went to go pick up Addie's aerobotic, and then
Here it
because
is.
they didn't have all of it yesterday,
Here it is.
I'm so freaking stressed out. So I was like, I'm just gonna stop at the park really quick
Here it
and
is.
take a
Some breathers.
5-minute breather.
What's the end result? What they say?
You can do
We
a lot
left
in
the
5 minutes,
ER,
girl.
and they said she did have swollen glands and lymph nodes. Like, why are they swelling? Is it just an infection that her body didn't fight off, or is it more? And of course, I told Jeremy that, and that worried both of us because we don't have a great family history for things like that.
They so did.
You talking about the C word?
Yeah, like lymphoma is a form of cancer.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Last night,
Whoa.
Jeremy was like, well, I was just going to see if you wanted to stay at my house because it's closer to the hospital in case she, would get anything would happen.
Cancer.
And Victoria, you're so crazy.
Well, I'm just, curious as to how that went. You and Jeremy and Adam, you staying together. And
Victoria knows they
a big
banged.
house, just you three.
The twins stayed too. So
All of you stayed.
yeah, we laid the girls in Jeremy's bed. He was like, the girls can sleep in my bed, whatever. I'll sleep in Addie's bed, or you can sleep in Addie's bed, and I'll sleep on the couch. And so we lay the girls down, and Addie goes, okay, Mommy is going to sleep right here on this side of me, and Daddy's going to sleep on this side of me, and then Allie, you sleep on that side. And then I was like, Addie, we're not all sleeping up here. Jeremy's like, we all can't fit in this bed. We're not all sleeping in this bed. I was like, oh my gosh, she was fun. It was, yeah. I actually ended up bringing Addie downstairs, and Jeremy slept on one side, like on the other side of the couch, and then I slept on the other end with Addie, and then
Yeah, we all know how that works out.
we did not. There was nothing. There was nothing.
Yeah, we all know how that works out.
We did not. There was nothing. There was.
What happened? That is so weird.
Obviously she was okay having mom and daddy there.
I was extremely impressed that he drove all the way from work and was like concerned and like he stepped up, like he,
It shows that, hey, like when it comes down to it, he's gonna be there.
Do you guys think they banged? David apologized for the text he sent threatening to shut down production. Following this, Jenelle communicated her concerns about traveling to the producers. They agreed to discuss. Now we're in New York City. Larry and Morgan.
So we wanted to connect about your issues with traveling.
Traveling for work and my personal life is mixing, and that's not good right now. And it's
Kristen's
bad
here.
timing. So
And Elisa.
I have David that doesn't want me to go on trips. Then I have you guys that want me to go on trips. I have everyone pulling a limb on me, some sort of
Terrible.
and I'm really,
You're right in the middle.
really at my breaking point.
Yeah, you're right in the middle.
I mean, you guys are literally going from we can't film with David to come a little bit further. Oh, here's more rules. No matter who I talk to about this situation, they're like, well, can David do this? And then they film you at like at a restaurant? Nope. Can you go out of town and David stay at an Airbnb and then they film you like somewhere else? Nope. I mean, literally, it's like, can you do this? Can you do that? And I say, no.
So,
they tell me no to everything, and there's nothing I can do about it.
I think that our hands are really tied after that text message, Jenelle. I think the text
Show the
message
text.
really
Show the text.
just put this over the edge. Like a threat in writing is really difficult to walk back from.
And he also apologized for it.
even though David sent an apology, and I very much appreciated his words, and I told him that when somebody says, I'm going to show up, that's not a threat, it's a promise, and I'm going to get in front of your cameras, it's hard to walk that back. It's not as simple as that.
The shoe ever since he's been making these threats the entire season.
Nobody wants to be around for the first time, Jenelle.
It's not like I was on drugs and just got married at a whim. So I'm not sitting here and just set on. They're like, well, can David do this? And then they film you at like at a restaurant? Nope. Can you go out of town and David stay at an Airbnb and then they film you like somewhere else? Nope. I mean, literally, it's like, can you do this? Can you do that? And I say, no.
So,
they tell me no to everything, and there's nothing I can do about it.
I think that our hands are really tied after that text message, Jenelle. I think the text message really just put this over the edge. Like a threat in writing is really difficult to walk back from.
And he also apologized for it.
even though David sent an apology, and I very much appreciated his words, and I told him that when somebody says, I'm going to show up, that's not a threat, it's a promise, and I'm going to get in front of your cameras, it's hard to walk that back.
And
It's not as simple as that.
sabotaged the shoe ever since he's been making these threats the entire season.
Nobody wants to be around for the first time, Janelle.
It's not like I was on drugs and just got married at a whim. So I'm not
sitting here and just gonna leave him for this show. I'm sorry.
None of us want to force you to choose between David and the show.
That's Morgan.
But I'm hearing you say it's really just about you're not willing to get on a plane and travel without David right now.
When any teen mom couple goes and travels, they bring whoever they're married to.
Because their husbands don't threaten to kill people.
And I'm not comfortable doing that. It's causing issues. So it's causing issues. I mean, it's causing issues.
And I want to say I have a lot of compassion for the frustration surrounding this when I hear you talk about it, because it makes it very hard for you to share your story, and it makes it very hard for us to tell the story.
I mean, you guys are the ones who
Here
are
it is.
accusing it, so not me.
I mean, if MTV, if they come back and say then, okay, we're not going to be able to continue filming with Jenelle for Teen Mom 2.
I mean, like I said, I don't know what to tell you guys. I need to stay home because it's important for my marriage, and that's what's important to me right now, my marriage and my family.
Oh my God. She's the one who walked away. Wow. This is like the Ferris situation where you think they get fired, and then it's kind of technically them who walk away. I'm waiting for a preview of what goes down at the reunion. It's gonna pop up real soon after this montage. But honestly, this is like the worst finale. The picture of Jenelle and Ensley closes the book.
Next week on the Teen Mom
Here we go. Kale alone on the couch with that stuff.
With Chris right now. We don't talk. I was humiliated. I said, "Leave this to be for my life."
This weekend we had fun.
Leah.
I was so stressed to even come. I'm done with this. You've done your show. Get me out of here.
That's Jenelle crying. I think it was about the confrontation that Nessa had with her about David's anti-Colin Kaepernick and all this other like nasty vitriol that he had been spewing. Anyway, you guys, wow, how fun was that to live watch alongside you? Really, really cool. Jenelle goes hard for David, but she does not care about her kids. It is so true. Can you imagine? Honestly, if Teen Mom was like, Jenelle, like you gotta pick, like either have custody of your kids or film the show, she'd be like, have custody of who? Like that is how quick she would sell them out, for money. Meanwhile, David is like the holy grail. Anyway, you guys, it's past 10 o'clock. This one has to get to bed. I'm gonna film a video on the updates surrounding the CPS stuff with Jenelle and try to get a recap out tomorrow as well. If not tomorrow, then it will be on Wednesday. I do also have to recap 90 Day Fiancé. I hope you all have a great night. I saw one of you is in Australia, so if you're in Australia, have a great morning then. And I will see you all very, very soon. Take care. Good night. Good night.